All right, welcome back and thank you so much indeed for staying with us as we continue our discussion with Sputnik Ratau. He's the spokesperson for the Department of Water and Sanitation. We're looking at the entire crisis of water in South Africa. As we said, that it's not just about Western Cape and Cape Town, but we've tried to highlight other provinces. Earlier this week, we highlighted Eastern Cape, and this morning we were in KZN. Now, just before the break in Ratau, I wanted us to look at intervention programs that are available by your department. I know that it actually boils down to the municipalities down there where these communities are. But talk to us about the programs that you have, and I would imagine they tailored for different provinces and different towns.
Well, different provinces would have different needs, and ultimately within the provinces themselves, you find that different municipalities, based on the size, based on the type of municipality, whether rural or urban or a mixed kind of setting, they would have different needs. So you look at some of the things that we need to do. Obviously, one of the primary things is to ensure that there is compliance to the legal prescripts. One of water use licenses, where people, the major water users, need to be able to keep to the prescripts of their water use licenses. That's the one thing. The second thing is illegal obstructions. We need to curtail those because those then impact on water users downstream of where these people are actually obstructing. Included in that would be the issue of illegal dams that we need to look at, where people on their properties have got those illegal dams that we need to get rid of, because then they are reducing also availability of water. But we also need to look at the issues of groundwater utilization, although that must be married to ensuring that we do not over-abstract that groundwater as well, considering the fact that groundwater also depends on how much rainfall is available in order to recharge. And then we have what we are thinking about and re-looking at, and including at looking at the example of eThekwini, which is doing this very well, is the reuse of wastewater to recharge some of our sources. But the primary thing that we as a department are responsible for is bulk infrastructure development. And some of the interventions that we can name, just to name maybe two, is the Vaal Gamagara bulk water system in the Northern Cape, as well as what I was talking about earlier, the Nooit Gedacht, which is primarily looking at the hub of Port Elizabeth. But those are not the only ones, because it's a whole slew of them across the country. We're also looking at the issues of desalination, remembering that we've got a very long coastline. We have put up a desalination plant recently that was commissioned in about May last year in Richards Bay, that is supporting the economic activities around Richards Bay. Obviously, it's part of the discussion around the city of Cape Town. It's not just one desalination plant that we are looking at. It could be a few. We're looking at urgent attention to water use licenses that were applied for by the city of Cape Town, which we were able to issue in the month of December. We are expecting that we will get some more as well from the city. That would allow some of the activities to include access to the Table Mountain Group aquifer, which we believe will be able to bring some more water into the Western Cape water supply system that supplies primarily the city of Cape Town, but as well as the outlying areas. So those are some of the examples that we are looking at.
And some sound like long-term plans.
Some sound like long-term plans, but you must remember that some long-term plans are actually coming to pass right now, depending on where we are. Because also some of the things that we are looking at, and we must remember that we are actively within that, is the use of the shared water courses with our neighboring countries. We have a protocol in SADC that guides how we do that. We have a situation which we call the LIMCOM, which speaks to the Limpopo area, which is shared by Botswana, Zimbabwe, and ourselves. We have KOBWA, which speaks to Swaziland ourselves. We also have another one that is Orasecom, that speaks to the Orange River, Orange Sinku, as we call it, Commission, that speaks to Namibia, Botswana, South Africa, as well as Lesotho.
Okay.
So those are some of the issues that we are dealing with.
All right, but in the meantime, we should change our mindset and attitudes towards water usage, I believe. That's the only way, while we wait and pray for Pulatsami to bid in.
There is nothing bigger than that. Yeah. The more we are able to conserve, the more we are conscious of our water demand management, because water demand management speaks to a person at home, in the industries, as well as wherever we are. But ultimately, water conservation and water demand management will help us to be able to get through this difficult period.
Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much to Sputnik Ratau, the spokesperson for the Department of Water and Sanitation, updating us as to how things are looking. And of course, from what he had to say and what he's reading from, things are looking very bad. We're taking a